Good morning, everyone. This is Clint at Man Skull 101. So there's the end result of my hunting trip in Modoc County, an X2 tag that I burned up 12 preference points for, and that is, a 17.5-inch 3-point, and it's not the buck I came here for. It is the buck that I shot on day 10 of hunting, and hunting rigorously, putting a lot of effort into it. Me and my son, opening morning, we saw a group of 3 bucks, one of which was a 3-point that was noticeably larger than this one, but it was opening morning, about 7:30 in the morning. It was foggy, and the fog was just lifting, and we saw 3 bucks. And like I say, that 3-point that was with them was significantly larger, probably 20 inches wide, had nice eye guards, a little heavier horned, but it was open in the morning, and that's not really what I was here for. So I passed on those. There was 2 forked horns with it, a nice forked horn and then a small forked horn, and the 3-point. Passed on those open in the morning, and I don't regret that. I think that was the right decision. And then on day 10, we ran across this guy running with a doe. And it's early for the rut, but I feel like maybe he was starting to herd up with some girls. Anyway, it was just perfect. It was like it was meant to be. He stood up. We saw the doe, was glassing the doe, and then he stood up and was facing us, and it was 103 yards, and had my old Win Mag, Remington 700 300 Win Mag that my wife got me for our 25th anniversary. So some sentimental value in there also. Anyway, one shot just inside the left front shoulder. Like I say, it was facing me. I wish I'd have put the bullet about an inch more toward the center of its chest, because I got some of that shoulder bone, and that 300 Win Mag created havoc at 103 yards, 180 grain monolithic bullet. Like 3,000 feet a second. So it did its job though, exploded that dude's heart. He made a couple of jumps and then it was all done. So no drama, not too far to drag it. It was all good. My son was with me, all good stuff. So we had a great time up here, a great hunt. Today's day 15. I'm gonna just do a little sweep and show you the camp. There's Max, there's Imogene. I think you see the quad in the background, my son's rig and his trailer. It's an Expedition, pulling a trailer also, another big trailer. I think his is 31 feet or something like that. And that Expedition does a great job. Got that 3.5 turbo in it. And we brought up the old Expedition. That's a 2000 with, close to 300,000 miles on it, and beat the tar out of it. But that's what it's for. And it did a great job. We got them heavy duty tires on it, load rated E tires. And they work good. And we were in some nasty stuff. A lot of rock up here and whatnot. And, but it's kind of an expendable vehicle. Don't want to drag Max through that bad stuff. And we sure didn't want to drag Josh's Expedition through that bad stuff. So it was the right machine. It got us where we wanted to go, got us to places where we probably shouldn't have been. Just because the roads up here, you'll see a road marking like on Onyx, and there's no road, man. There's no road at all. I'd be out in front of this thing walking through it while Josh is, picking his way through the rocks. But anyway, it did great for an old rig. Pretty impressive. It's a 2001. And we've had it for 20 years. Anyways, so the whole trip overall was amazing. Got to spend time with our son Josh and his wife Tiffany, and Jameson and Timber, which are sweet little rowdy grandbabies, and we love them to death. And in this beautiful country, we're up here boondocking. Like I say, we've been here 15 days. Josh and Tiff's and their family a little bit less than that. So, making do with the water and whatnot. We did, I put a bladder in the back of my truck. It's supposed to hold 50 gallons. Didn't seem like it held 50 gallons. Anyway, so we supplemented some water between our tank in the trailer's 50 gallons, and then that bladder also. But I don't think I got 50 gallons in that bladder. We just ordered a meter to see how many gallons really we get in that. And so my fix to that is, it's a space thing. I want to be able to haul that bladder in Max Holloway, up under the truck bed. You know, so it's limited. I mean, you can kind of see it up in there, and some AstroTurf I put in there to kind of cushion things so it doesn't rub around too much and whatnot on the bed liner. Anyways, so my fix to where I think I can, I'm going to refill it. I'll refill it with that gauge and see how many gallons I get in it, just like it is. And if I feel like there's some more capacity to be had, it seems like the limiting factor is the space under the truck box. It's not the width under there, but the space in there. So I can do, you know, some kind of lift on the truck box, a 2x6 or something across there, paint it black so it doesn't look terrible, and lift that box up a couple of inches, which should give us some more water capacity. And you know, like I say, we got that meter coming, so we'll know how much we're getting in there. Anyways, overall, a great trip. It was wonderful. Got a little bit of weather, a little bit of rain. Right now it's below freezing up here. It was 29 overnight. I think that's about where it's still sitting right here. Me and my son, we went to Post Falls, Idaho, and my son helped me put a solar system on this thing. So I got 1,200 watts of solar on it now, and 250 amp controllers, and 600 amp hours of battery capacity. I'm going to show you that real quick. We'll walk you over here. Anyway, today we're packing it up, man. We're getting ready to go. Josh and his family's got to go home and back to work. We got stuff to tend to. So look here. So that's that 600 amp hour battery pack I got on this thing, which is a huge amount of battery capacity. The only bad news is that's about 500 pounds. And then we got the two controllers in there, 50 amp controllers, and a 3,000 watt inverter. And so anyway, we're pretty set up. I do have a generator over there, and we ran it, maybe over the last 15 days, maybe 5 hours. And anyway, so I'm pretty happy. You know, limited sun. Didn't realize when I parked here how limited it was going to be due to all the pine trees. But we're getting, you know, pretty good sun on the days it is sunny. And that 1,200 watts of solar is doing a good job for us. So anyways, it was a great time. You know, I love spending time out in the woods like this, and with the family and my wife and the kids and the grandkids. All that stuff is the best stuff there is, as far as I'm concerned. This is great country here. Like I say, nice and quiet in here. We're on public land, boondocking, and loving every minute of it. And right here's the apparatus we devised to hang the deer, and we hung it right from there for a couple of days. Like I say, the temperatures have been great for that. And boned it out right off of there. Brought our camp table over here and boned it right off the rail, so to speak, and cut it into retail portions and packaged it and put it right in the freezer after 2 days of hanging. So I think that's a good deal. We're going to share that meat with our friends and family, and hopefully everybody enjoys it. Like I say, about a 3-year-old buck, and you know, not the monster I really wanted, but if I was going to get one, I thought that was the one. So went ahead, took the shot. Worked out good. No drama, no chase. Nice clean kill. Me and my son together, enjoying the time together in the mountains, the wilderness. It's all good stuff. So a little further look at the campsite here, our camp area. It's nice and flat, you know, pretty good flat area. There's a train tracks, and in 15 days we saw a couple of trains. Not a big deal though. Literally, I think one train twice. And there's some corral area where some of the ranchers free range their cattle up here and free graze them, and they shared nice and we shared nice and had no issues with that. You can see I put together a little fire pit here where we're enjoying ourselves. Had several campfires and sat around the campfire and laughed and had fun. All good stuff. The old Rancher 400 and the Trail 110. We had a little trouble with that guy, but then realized it just had some rust and stuff in the tank, and so we addressed that, put some fresh fuel in it, cleaned out the filters, cleaned out the carburetor, and me and my son, we're both fairly mechanically handy, and got it going. Anyway, great. The kids love riding around on that quad, of course, with daddy or papa or grandma or their mommy, because they're little. They're 5 and 3, so not quite up to driving quads by themselves yet, obviously. Anyway, I just wanted to check in with you guys. I hope you're enjoying this a little bit. I hope you can appreciate what we appreciate about it. Anyways, I'm gonna sign out. It's been a great day. Good luck to you guys. Hope you're having a great day. Hope your next vacation or hunting trip is great as well. This is Clint at Manscall 101 signing out.